Hey guys, how's it going today? Good. Now, I'm going to try to get to my rear axle today and show you the differential gear that I have locked in about a week ago or so. But at first, let's talk about your bearings. Your bearings, your gears on the inside. A lot of people just use standard petroleum lubricant, you know. Over time that stuff will break down and it will let moisture come into your bearings or your axles, and that will make them not quite work right. Now, I use marine grease right here. Can you see it, guys? Marine grease. This is meant for water. Boats, trailers, any water, marine equipment. It does not wipe away easy, as you can see. It's blue. It's pretty sticky. You see that? It's pretty sticky and it doesn't wipe away easy. I use this on all of my bearings and in my axles and around my little gear on my steering servo. A little bit goes a long ways. You don't have to pack your axles full of this stuff, just mainly around where your bearings sit. Wrap around the bearings, put a little bit in your gears. Too much will cause a bind and it won't work right. But this stuff lasts and it works and it stands up to its name. That's why they call it marine grease. But I kind of took off my wheel here and I'm going to try to get to my rear axle today. Kind of give me a minute. RCing is so fun. It can be expensive if you have the money to make upgrades to it. By all means, feel free to do it. That's what it's all about. If you don't have a whole lot of money to make an upkeep of your RC, I wouldn't drive the thing into the ground a whole lot. At least until you have something saved up in order for you to buy spare parts if needed. Now, I'm going to take off my shocks. I'm going to pop these off of the ball joints here and unscrew them. Take these off. I'm going to take off my control arms. Take off my bumper. And that'll allow me to get access to my axle and take it off to show you guys. Now, I can't take my differential gears apart because I used JB Weld for plastic. That's solid. But what I can do is that I can take the axle apart and kind of give you a little show how on how to take it apart if you want to lock it in. Like I said in my earlier video, there's some people out there that like to do it, some people that don't. It all depends on your taste. You know, if locked-in diffs have their good and bad sides. Now, if you have locked-in diffs and you get a high-powered brushless or brushed motor, and you got your upgraded ESC in it, more than likely you're going to snap. More than likely you're going to snap something. More than likely drive shafts. Those aren't always expensive, but they can get old changing them out every once in a while, you know. But it's all about having fun, right? Indeed. Oh, got my shocks off. Taking my upper and lower control arms off here real quick. As you can see me doing that right here. You pop them off, take the drive shafts out. They seat in here. Now, taking off my bumper. The lower part of the bumper holds in your lower control arms, so there is no screws on the control arms. Just a pin running through both ends, and the bumper, gets screwed tightly up against that, and it holds it. Too tight, again, will cause stuff to not work properly. Okay, cool. Got lower and upper control arms off, like so. And you can see it's pretty grummy right there. I moved over to California, and so there's a lot of sand over here, and I'm not used to it. I'm used to dirt. But I kind of made a mistake of putting a little bit of marine grease in my axle carriers right there, as you can see. That's a no-no, because that stuff will starts collecting dust and pretty soon sand, and so it'll kind of wear down the little pins. I don't know if you can see this or not. It'll wear down little pins. The pins are still good, but eventually they'll start wearing them down. So I gotta clean those off. I clean everything off about every month. Make sure everything's re-greased, washed up, nothing's jamming up my wheels, my spur gears, nothing like that. But now I'm going to take off my little plate for my electronics so I can take off my back axle. And if you have just bought a new RC, or if you're a beginner at it, and you want to see how everything works and stuff pans out, it's best to, when you first get an RC, whether or not you're brand new at it, or you've done it for a while, or you're just getting back into it because you were out of it, when you get one, take it apart. Take everything completely apart. Look at everything. See where stuff goes. Lube stuff up. See how everything runs and works and turns. That way you know that if something breaks or doesn't work properly, you can say, hey, that problem, I can see that problem, that needs fixed. Take it out. and you know exactly how to get to it, and you know where everything gets put back to. That's what I did. I like to take apart all of my RC vehicles. It's a lot of fun. Now I'm taking my 4 screws out that hold my axle to my frame. I'm going to take these 4 out. Just like so. Okay. Pop this out. Cool. Now, as you can see, it's pretty dirty. Just like anything on an RC would be. That's because I, put some marine grease in my carriers where my drive shaft go. A little bit of grease spilled out a little bit, but that's alright, it can be cleaned. I'm going to take this apart real quick and show you guys what the inside of one of these looks like. Now they're all different. Mine are independent suspension, which means I do not have a full solid axle. But on the Tundra, it had a full solid axle. It was not independent suspension. It was a full suspension. But they come in different. They come in different styles. Right now, I'm going to take off my support gate, my support ladder. That not only holds my shocks, but it also supports the body of my rig. Right now, I took that off. Come through. I'm going to take my pins out that hold the top side of my bumper on. Loosen these up, take them out, and all that good stuff. One thing you don't want to do while taking apart or putting together an RC is to use a electric drill. That's kind of a bad thing. You can you can strip out your screw holes in the plastic, and you got to go through and try to fix that. Most of the time you can't. But I got my axle taken apart, my hub here, okay, and man, that's dirty. That is dirty. So, this is my rear gear and front gear. They're both the same. Okay. See, I don't have a whole lot of marine grease on there. Okay, there's just a little bit. It's my pinion gear. Okay. But what you do, if you want to lock in the differential gears, okay, I'm going to set you down here and readjust you. I have a tripod, so you gotta work with what you got, right, guys? Let's say I didn't JB weld this, okay? You would be able to pull both sides, this guy and this guy, out. Take them out, okay? And on the inside here, there's 4 little pinion gears that allow these outside gears to spin freely, okay? To make it a unlocked posi. It's not a posi. But what I did is I pulled everything apart. I cleaned it with Dawn dish soap, got the grease and dirt off of it, let everything dry. I put the pinion gears back in. I mixed the JB weld up and kind of smeared it around inside there. And then I put the other side on. Held it tight, filled up. I did the same thing, filled up this side here. And I put it together, turned it while it was still fresh until everything sunk in. And I kind of squeezed it just a little bit. And once everything kind of oozed out, I went through and smoothed everything down. That way nothing's catching on the inside of your axle. I did this to the front and back. This is the back. They're both the same. After about 4 or 5 hours, this thing is set to go. But I can't really show you anything else on the disc because I already JB welded them. But it's pretty simple. If you have any questions, please comment on the section below and I can try to help you guys. Gotta clean everything off. So I hope you guys liked the video. Like I said, if you have any comments, comment on the section below. I'll try to help you guys out. Thank you. Bye.